Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Monday, the 26th day, can't say six, 26th day of September 2022. It is also Monday of the 26th week of the year, the 26th week in Ordinary Time. For our Jewish brothers and sisters, today is Rosh Hashanah, which began last night, but today is a full day of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, the year 5783, Lashana Tova, to all of our Jewish brothers and sisters on this new year. Coming to you from the Great Magnolia, in the Great Magnolia Circle, right behind our trailers, which is the extension of our school, the Franciscan School. On this Monday of the 26th week of the year, we begin the great saga of Job. Again, a man who is faithful and just, a man who loves God, who does everything that God desires. And again, who prays to God and who is honest and true. And again, the idea of Satan, not as some kind of demonic figure with pitchfork and horns, but as kind of a prosecuting attorney in the court of God, who basically says that Job only likes you because you do good things for him. If you do bad things for him, he would hate you like everybody else does. And God says, well, let's prove it and see, and basically let Satan destroy everything that Job had until he's left with nothing. And again, by rights, Job should curse God and say, I had everything, you took it all away, what's going on? But again, Job's, great line, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall go back again. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, blessed be the name of the Lord. And Job does not sin, although his wife, and that line is not in today's readings, basically says, curse God and die, because no one should have to live with all of this destitution now that you are suffering after losing everything that you had. He did not lose his wife, though. We begin to see how this unfolds. What is the stance for people who receive what is bad in this world? Again, for yesterday's gospel about the rich man and Lazarus, the rich man who had everything ends up in a place of torment, and the poor man who had nothing ends up in heaven. Again, that's great for after you're dead, but what about the life to be lived here? Again, for Jewish people, especially during the time of Job, there is no afterlife. There is only the life to be lived here, and for God to be capricious, and to God to be a jokester, and to God to be kind of all over the place with blessings and curses or things like that, doesn't make any sense. And that is probably what we struggle with a lot, is how to make sense of God in the midst of what is bad, as well as perhaps what is good in our lives. We'll see how Job deals with it in the next couple of days. The gospel today is about what it means to be the greatest. So again, this is another kind of passage, in the sense of, I'm just gonna put my coffee cup down because, there we go. Okay, because I got a chance. Okay, oops, not like that. There we go, like that. The sense of who is the greatest, and the placing a child, Jesus placing a child in the midst of the apostles. Again, who are always wondering about, who's doing this apostle business best. That's always a very interesting kind of thing we don't often think about enough, is that the apostles are always in competition with each other in all the gospels, for who is doing apostlness the best. And so Jesus basically places a child in their midst and says, this child is the one who is great, because this child is open to possibility and potential. This child desires to know things, to discover things. This child desires in many ways to be shown, to be led, to be cared for. And that's what causes greatness to happen, is again when we basically take ourselves out of the picture and show ourselves to be people who are constantly in need of help, in need of learning, in need of direction, in need of all those kinds of things to help better our life, to help us recognize things that we didn't know we needed or didn't know that we had. That is the person, again, who is marked as greatest amongst the kingdom, within the reign of God, amongst those who follow Christ. An important thing for us perhaps to remember, connected with even Job and his difficulties, the more that we basically try to stop making ourselves great and wonderful, the more God can bring forth greatness in us. And may the Lord give you his peace.